It all started with the election between Trump and Clinton, in which Trump was victorious. He had won the election, and many thought he would never win. And then come the rallies, while the poor people laid in the streets hungry. And it was the worst time for Boston history, and George Floyd got murdered in the streets, in which the police officers became very hostile towards the black race as far as black men was concerned. And they would literally beat them and stomp them in the middle of the street. They became very bold during Mr. Trump's era. Then Joe Biden, he won the election. However, that made people very angry, the rich people, and it did not stop Donald Trump. He was supposed to drain the swamp. This is what he told his supporters. His supporters showed up in multitudes, and the rich got richer while Trump was in office, and the poor got poorer, more poor than they ever seen it in their lives. And then come the vaccines, where they are being forced, and then there they got the coronavirus. This all happened on Trump's watch. The coronavirus came out, making all of Americans sick to the point where they was dying. Then he refused to leave the office, and out came his supporters, and they was in the streets hollering, "Stop the steal, stop the steal." And they wanted to change the laws as far as voting was concerned, destroying the democracy. And even the Trumpsters, they came out, they was yanking masks off people's face. You can see where that Trump supporter pulled a mask off that lady's face. Also, they was just in the streets and they was angry. It was the worst time that America had ever seen. They had never seen race get at this point where the blacks was against blacks, was against the whites. "I can't breathe" was the cry that went out in the world, while the poor people continued to get poor. Rudy Giuliani went to try to fight he fight the courts to try to keep Trump in office.
Flynn is the fourth former Trump team member granted leniency by the president. Flynn pardoned today. Roger Stone, former associates Paul Manafort, and George Papadopoulos had their sentences commuted. President-elect event in Pennsylvania pushing the president's agenda to fight the election results.
I know the country has grown weary of the fight. We need to remember we're at war with a virus, not with one another.
Allow elections in the future to be conducted the way this election was conducted, we will have lost our democracy.
The president also called in during that GOP event. He called the election rigged and claimed he won.